Hello, everybody. Welcome to Merrimack Valley Conference Baseball. Beautiful spring day here at the Ryan Sayer Baseball Field at Dracut High School, where the Dracut Middies will host the Lawrence High School Lancers. Gary Muse and Zach Pisano here to give you the calls of today's game. Both teams just finishing up their warm-ups, which gives us just a moment to go through the starting lineups. Starting lineup for the Lawrence Lancers. Batting first will be number 7, junior Kebler Peralta. Batting second, number 11, Anibal Pena. He's a co-captain, senior. Batting third is number 12, John Batista, a senior. Batting cleanup in the number 4 spot, number 21, Henry Chaco, a junior. Batting fifth, number 9, Ivanson Batista, a senior. Batting sixth, number 3, Juan Medina, a junior. Batting 7th, number 13, Anielo Rojas, a junior. Batting 8th, number 5, Jairo Vasquez, he's a senior. And batting 9th, number 2, Devine Gomez, a senior. Starting pitcher for the Lawrence Lancers is Ernesto Dilval, and he's a senior. For the Dracut Middies, leading off today is number 11, Captain Joe Donnelly, playing second base. Batting second, number 18, Ryan Talbot in center field, he's captain. Batting third, Captain Kyle Houle at shortstop. Batting fourth, number 22, Mike Patterson, the DH. Batting fifth, number 10, Chris Nugent, the first baseman. Batting sixth, number 3, Kyle Cox, the catcher. Batting seventh, number 5, Devin Lambert, he's in left field. Batting eighth, number 14, Pat Crowley, today's starting pitcher. And batting ninth, number 17, Captain Adam Berger, the third baseman. In right field defensively for the Middies is number 2, Jared Brule. So Pat Crowley will be on the mound for the Middies, and Crowley's been pretty hot as of late, Zach. He comes in with a record of 2-0 and a .356 ERA, and only a sophomore.
Yeah, and we were there for the last game, Gary, at Lasher Park on senior night, and he was phenomenal. He had that rough start in like the first 2 innings, and then after that he was lights out and led the Middies to that 3-2 walk-off victory, that weird walk-off victory after we found out that there was a collision at third. And, you know, if it wasn't for Crowley that game, I do not think Dracut would have won that game.
That's right. It was a wild one at Lasher Park, ending with the obstruction against the third baseman, allowing the winning Dracut Middie run to come in, and they win that one against Chelmsford 3-2 on senior night. Speaking of previous games, the Lawrence Lancers' most recent opponent, they come off a 5-0 loss to Haverhill, the Haverhill Hillies. Lawrence comes in at 4-6, and Dracut coming off a big rout of the Tingsboro Tigers, 15-5 just last night, part of the Mickey Sullivan Baseball Classic at LeLatcher Field. So the Dracut Middies come in looking pretty good right now, as they've played some pretty good baseballs of late. Just double checking the record, 6-6 for the Middies. They come in 6-6, so 500 on the season.
Not too bad.
It's a beautiful day for baseball. Let's check the game time temperature, about 70 degrees here at the ball field. There's a little bit of a light breeze, but it was supposed to, I think, drop as the day went on, but I think it's going to get a little chilly before we're finished.
Yeah, probably. It looks like it, because we are supposed to get some rain tomorrow, so I think the temperatures are probably going to dive down.
This is was scheduled to be a 4:15 start, a little bit later than normal, I think, to give Lawrence time to get here. And I think we'll be just a little bit behind, but hopefully not too much. Again, the head coach for the Dracut Middies is Steve Talbot, assisted by Tim Dano. And for the Lawrence Lancers, the head coach is Kevin Fielding, and his assistant coaches are Julio Ramos and Josh Valerio. The team managers are Jadali Ruiz and Yorvelin Duran. The Lawrence Lancers, wasn't sure they were going to actually take some infield, because I thought the umpires were going to sort of get this moving along, but they are taking a little bit of infield right now. Our umpires for today's game is behind the plate, Mark Byrne, and on the bases, Dennis Hansberry, your umpiring crew for today's Merrimack Valley Conference game. So Dracut coming off of a couple of exciting wins, again against Chelmsford, which is always a tough opponent because Chelmsford's such a big school. And most recently Tingsboro, as we mentioned last night, with a 15-5 victory. So we'll see if the Middies can keep that momentum going and capitalize. So Dracut on the field defensively now, as the Lawrence Lancers will send their first batter to the plate in a second. Again, defensively for the Middies Behind the plate, Kyle Cox. On the mound is Pat Crowley. First baseman, Chris Nugent. Second baseman, Joe Donnelly. Kyle Houls at short. Third baseman, Adam Berger. Devin Lambert's in left. Ryan Talbot's in center. And Jared Brule in right field. First to bat for the Lawrence Lancers is Kebler Peralta, Jr., shortstop today. Pat Crowley sets. First pitch, just misses for a ball. We're underway. So Pat Crowley's been pretty effective. Again, only a sophomore, which is great to think that Dracut will have Pat back another couple of seasons. He sets the 1-0. Foul to the left side. Giving chase. Didn't think anybody have a chance at that, but nice hustle by Adam Berger, trying to get to that. So Zach, Dracut hoping to come off their momentum from their last win.
Yeah, they're on a 2-game win streak right now, so hopefully they can keep it rolling. They're at 6-6 right now, just at 500, so hopefully they can keep up this momentum.
Swing and a miss there, so now Crowley up in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Again, calling balls and strikes. Behind the plate, Mark Byrne. Your plate umpire, Dennis Hansberry on the bases. Ground ball, hit to Houle. He's got it on a hop, fires across, and in time for the out. That'll bring up the number 2 hitter for Lawrence, senior captain, Annabelle Pena. He's the second baseman. There's a call strike. The 1-0 from Crowley. A little bit high for ball 1.
Let's go, 1-4. Get back ahead, baby. Hey, Patty, kid. Hey, Patty.
Misses a bit high, so 2 balls and a strike now. The count to Annabelle Pena. Again, the game time temperature, about 70 degrees. Pretty sunny, mostly sunny right now. There's a nubber hit to the left side. The throw across is good and in time for the. No, he dropped it. My bad.
Yep.
My bad. That's what I get from looking away for just a split second. So the throw was there. Adam Berger made a good throw. I didn't see any problem with the throw.
No, I think that's going to be an error charge to Nugent.
So reaching on the error is Annabelle Pena. We'll score that in E5. Here's the replay. And the throw, it was a little bit low, but definitely, yeah. Berger just had a good throw over, but the first baseman, Nugent, just didn't handle it. So 1 runner aboard on the error, and that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, John Batista, the senior. He's the right fielder. So let's hope Dracut doesn't have any more of that in their system. They don't want to do anything to help the opponent. Pitch is low for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes, the count to Batista. Chris Nugent holding the runner aboard at first. Pena has got his lead. The throw over to first. Sliding back head first, but plenty of time. The runner, Pena. Crowley sets. The runner goes. Outside a little bit for a ball. The throw looks like it's going to be in plenty of time. Does he have him?
Yes, he does. Nice throw there by Cox.
So nice play by the midi catcher to throw out the attempted steal, the runner Annabelle Pena. So that erases the mistake on the error. And there are now 2 down with John Batista and a 3-0 count at the plate.
Hey, get right back in this 1-4. Let's go, kid. Yo, you good? Hey, what is that 1-2, babe? Get right back in there.
You can see right here the Steal attempt, and Donnelly makes a great catch and gets the tag applied. This one's fouled out of play. Heads up.
Yeah, the throw was definitely going to be there in time. It just came down to whether or not, we were going to have no problem with the tag. And they saw it through, so good accurate throw by the midi catcher. Count is 3 balls and a strike now to Batista, John Batista. That's up high, and he's going to draw the walk. So second runner aboard for the Lawrence Lancers here in the top of the first inning. And that'll bring up the number 4 hitter, batting cleanup, number 21, Henry Chaco. He's the junior catcher. So we mentioned the Lancers come in 4-6 on the season, most recently a 5-0 loss to the Haverhill Hillies. Drake at an even 6-6 on the year, with a big win last night, actually, 15-5 over the Tingsboro Tigers at LeLatcher Field, the second game that Drake has been able to play in about a week. That was part of the Mickey Sullivan Classic, which is a benefit tournament. Of course, we brought you senior night a week ago today, actually, at LeLatcher Park. Drake and Chelmsford. Drake with a big come from behind win, winning 3-2 in the bottom of the 7th.
And they're saying that Chacos got hit on the hand, not the end of the bat.
Yeah, that's what the coach is claiming in the player, but the
Can
plate
maybe get a
umpire,
replay of that.
Mark Byrne, the plate umpire, is arguing that it did hit his hand, but I'm sorry, Mark Byrne, the plate umpire, is stating that it hit off the nub of the bat, where the coaching staff is saying that it was off of his hand. So it's one of those tough ones to call. Usually the sound.
Maybe a replay? Do we have a replay of that?
We may not on that one, no. So sometimes the sound is what really gives it away. But he's still pleading his case. Henry Chaco is pleading his case that he got hit in the hand. But the plate umpire, Mark Byrne, is sticking to what he saw. And I don't think Dennis Hansberry in the bases could be much help because he's a lot further away.
I bet it indeed did hit Chacos, and it just didn't get the call.
So the count is 1 ball and a strike. The pitch from Crowley, it's a little chopper to the left side and foul. So possibly a tough break for the Lawrence Lancers. But we'll see if Henry Chaco can do something about this. He's in the box and has a chance to do something. He's got the runner aboard at first. John Batista takes his lead. The pitch from Crowley. Change-up pitch is hit on a big hop to third base. Firing across his burger for the easy out. And that'll put down the Lawrence Lancers here in the top of the first. So after a half inning of play, we have no score. We're set for action in the bottom of the first inning as Drake will send Joe Donnelly, Ryan Talbot, and Kyle Houle to the plate. Joe Donnelly, who will bat first for the Middies, comes in as one of Drake's leading hitters. Donnelly comes into the game with 11 hits on the season. He's scored 9 runs, and he's stolen 8 bases. Batting from the left side. On the mound for the Lancers, Ernesto Del Valle, the senior. Pitching from the left side. Pitches across for a strike. That misses for ball 2. Excuse me, that's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 up high for a ball. So we're sort of in the home stretch. It's May 11th, and not much left of the season. I think we've got, what, 2 weeks left maybe?
Something like that.
But I'd say the baseball team's a bright spot because we've struggled a little bit in some of our spring sports. Softball's usually pretty competitive. Baseball's got a 500 season this year, which is good.
Yeah, lacrosse team is doing pretty well too.
Especially where Drake had lost so many. They graduated like 12 people last year. So this is a pretty good follow-up season after having lost so many seniors.
Yeah, I think the girls team is not doing too bad either. Oh, that's a
Long
wow.
fly ball to deep right center field. That's going to be
Gone.
out of here for a home run. So Joe Donnelly with a leadoff home run for the Dracut Middies, and Dracut takes a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. So he roped it out to right center field.
that was crushed.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to get out of here at first. I thought it was just going to be over their heads.
I thought so too, but when it sounded really good.
So a home run, and an out-of-the-park home run. You don't see as many of those in high school baseball. A lot of times they're just in gaps and whatnot.
And it wasn't like right field corner. It was kind of like right center. So
Yeah.
that's pretty deep out there. That's
was.
over 300 out there. So, it cleared the fence. It was like in that tree over there.
As the replay shows, it gets over the fence.
It cleared.
So 1-0 Dracut here in the bottom of the first inning, and that'll bring up their number 2 hitter, Ryan Talbot. Talbot, one of the captains, today's starting center fielder. Ryan comes into this game having drawn 10 walks, scored 9 runs, and has stolen 8 bases. Son of the head coach, Steve Talbot. That misses for a ball.
Nice homer, Joe, by the way.
Yeah.
That's my guy, Joe. MB Brothers.
The set by Ernesto Dilval, the 2-1, up high for a ball, and the catcher is going to go out and have a chat, Henry Chaco. Henry Chaco, of course, was the batter up in the top of the first who insisted that he got hit by a pitch, but the plate umpire saw it off the very end of the bat.
Well, yeah, Chaco going out there to try and calm him down because, the early homer and now in a 3-1 situation here, you just want to calm him down, say don't worry about it, shake it off, and try and get the first out of the inning. Believe we might even have some early action right now getting going.
Here's the 3-1, down low, and drawing the walk is Ryan Talbot. So 2 batters up, and 2 have reached base. One of them a home run, and now Ryan Talbot draws the walk.
And it appears in warming up right now for Lawrence right now is Nelvin Sanchez Jr. He's warming up for Lawrence.
So that'll bring the number 3 hitter Kyle Houle to the plate. Kyle Houle, one of the captains, today's starting shortstop, comes in with a .415 average, 9 RBIs, 8 stolen bases, got 17 hits on the season. So Houle leading all Dracut hitters. A little soft toss over to first base. Holding on the runner at first base for the Lancers is Chiaro Vasquez. Here's a set. Ground ball hit to the right side. Not very hard. They'll go to second for 1, back to first.
I think he got him.
And he got him.
Very close.
Very close play.
Yep.
Nice job by the Lawrence Lancers to turn a double play.
If we get a slow-mo of that, we can definitely make our own call because I think we got a really good shot of that. I think we did. I don't know.
So they're 2 down now here in the bottom of the first inning.
Yep, here we go.
Mike Patterson, the DH, the cleanup hitter coming up.
Ooh, yeah, that is definitely close, but I think he did get him just in time.
Maybe we can take a look at that after. It was hard to see that replay. There's a call strike. So 4-6-3 double play to get the Lancers out of a little bit of hot water.
Yeah, that was big.
That looked pretty good, but it's called ball. I think it was just inside. So a ball and a strike, the count to Mike Patterson, the DH.
Yeah, Vale is now very more comfortable now knowing that he just got that double play. He knows he has 2 outs, and he's going to just try and get out of this inning and shake off that early home run.
This call strike, 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count. On deck for the Middies, Chris Nugent would be next if Patterson can keep things alive. Del Valle sets. Here's the 1-2. And it hit him. I think it hit him.
Yep. Hit him in the foot.
So that'll send Mike Patterson to first base after being hit by a pitch. And with 2 down and a runner aboard at first, the number 5 hitter Chris Nugent comes to the plate. Nugent, the first baseman. Little chat with the head coach of Lawrence.
Saying that maybe he didn't hit him.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's, saying that, well, why is that a hit batsman and my guy wasn't in the top of the first, but whatever. My lip reading isn't as good as it used to be. That's head coach Kevin Fielding of the Lancers having a chat with home plate umpire Mark Byrne. All right, so we're ready to resume here. We've got 2 outs. Drake up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first on a Joe Donnelly out of the park homer. A leadoff homer. Up high and away for a ball. On deck for Drake, catcher Kyle Cox would be next. Del Valle gets his sign. It's got a big sort of wind-up. Puts the hands way up above his head. There's a call strike. So that evens it up 1-1. Mike Patterson, the runner at first base for Drake.
Hey, Chris. Hey, kid, driving for him. Let's go, baby. Hey, here we go, kid. Hey, dude. Hey, kid.
And the pitch. Chop to the left side. Not hit very hard. Could be trouble. See if they recover. And it gets by the first baseman.
This might score a run.
Runner rounding third. Let's see if they send him.
Patterson.
They do send him. Safe. So I was surprised that they were going to send the runner. I thought that may have been risky, but the throw came in ahead of home plate, and that caused the catcher to have to spin around. It was close, but he got in.
Now the question is, do we call that an infield hit or do we call that an error? Because it was a hard ball to get to in the first place, but I think he had enough time to get Nugent anyway, so I think that's going to be an error.
I think it's a on the throw.
Yeah, I think we got to give that an error.
So reaching on the error, at least in our estimation, is Chris Nugent.
Are they?
What do they got now?
I was just going to say, I think they have to send the runner back to third because they lost the ball, so it's only 1 base.
All right, well, see, we did not have a call at the time of the ball going out of play.
Yeah, because now
so they'll
Patterson's
send him
going back. Yeah, so it's
Okay.
going to remain 1-0.
So we have an E. We're calling it E6.
I would give it an error.
Yep, so E6 on the throw. That allows Chris Nugent to get aboard, and they're going to hold the runners at second and third base.
Hey, they're out there for you, 3. Come on, man.
So Nugent gets the second, and Patterson is at third base, and that brings up
Hey, here we go, kid.
Kyle Cox, the catcher. Call strike. Cox is a sophomore, so a couple of sophomores in the starting lineup, which is a great thing for Drake.
Devin Lambert on deck.
And that just catches the inside part of the plate. So down quickly, 0-2 in the count is Kyle Cox. with runners at second and third. A run in here in the bottom of the first inning, 2 outs. That double play that the Lancers turned a little while ago is pretty big right now. The 0-2 is down low. Nice job by the Lancer catcher, Henry Chaco, to keep that ball in front of him.
Yeah, because that probably would have scored Patterson. Patterson has some decent speed, so he probably would have made it home in time unless it got a weird bounce off the fence, which would have been really weird, but you never know. So nice stop there by Sesko.
Hey, kid. Hey, 3. Hey, Cox. Here we go, kid.
Here's the 1-2. Inside. Little dance at the plate by Kyle Cox to stay out of the way of that one. So that evens up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dragic with a threat. Already up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. If you missed it, Joe Donnelly led the game off with an out-of-the-park home run to right center field, and that's the score at the moment, 1-0 Dragic.
Hey, 3. Hey, here we go, kid. Hey, Cox.
The 2-2 pitch. There's a line drive foul. On the mound for Lawrence, Ernesto Del Valle, senior, came into this game with a record of 0-1 on the season.
Hey, Frank. Go, Kyle. Hey, Cox. Having some fun. No one better now. Hey, come on, 3. Hey, here we go, kid. Come on, Kyle. Hey, Cox. Hey, 3.
The big stretch up to the sky as part of his set.
Hey, kid.
Here's the 2-2. Popped up. This is playable in the infield. Shortstop ranging over, and he makes the play no problem. Kepler Peralta takes that in, and that ends the threat by the Middies, but they do get a run because of Joe Donnelly's home run. And after 1 complete inning of play, it is Drake at 1 and Lawrence nothing.
Alrighty, second action gonna get underway here. Again, my name is Zach Pisano alongside Gary Muse. It's 1-0 Drake right now. Pat Crawley back on the hill to take over for the start of the second. And the first batter he will face is the number 5 spot, Ivanson Bautista, brother to John Bautista. The first pitch here is a liner down the line, and that's a fair ball. So Jared Brule is going to get to it, and he gets to it in time to keep Bautista at first. But an early hit here with no one out gives the Lancers some hope.
Yeah, that's a well-hit ground ball, hit hard down the right field line. But credit the Drake at right fielder getting over there quickly, Jared Brule, to make sure that the runner was held to first.
And it brings up now Juan Medina now. He's the number 6 hitter. Pat Crawley delivers the first one, and he tries to bunt, and this one goes out of play.
One thing I forgot to mention earlier is that Coach Steve Talbot is really happy to have Sean McMenamin back in the lineup. He had had a right wrist fracture, and I guess worked a little relief in the most recent game. So big plus to have him back.
Yep, indeed. So no balls and 1 strike to Medina as they will check Bautista at first, and he's back in time. Here comes the pitch. Another bunt. This one's in play. Crawley will get it and throws on to first to retire Medina, but advances Bautista to second.
Nice job there by Juan Medina to lay down the bunt and get the sacrifice down so that the runner could advance in scoring position.
And we'll bring up now the designated hitter, Anielo Rojas. So runner on second, RBI chance here for Rojas. Here's the pitch, and that one a little low for ball 1. As we said earlier, a beautiful day here. A little light breeze, 70 degrees. Sun is out, so a nice day for a ball game. They're going to check at second. He's back in time. It's Friday afternoon, May 11th, 2018.
Kyle, who likes to play cat and mouse with the runners?
Yep.
See a lot of that today, I think.
One ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's in there for strike one. Evens up the count at 1. Jario Vasquez is on deck. Here's the pitch. This one liner into left field for a base hit. Bautista rounding third where he will have to retreat. Nice stop there by Cox. Also keeps the runner at first. So now runners are on the corners for the Lancers with nobody out. No, apologies. There is one out. My mistake.
Nice job by Devin Lambert, the left fielder, to put a strong throw in all the way to the catcher, who came up a little bit toward the pitcher's mound to take that in. So the strong throw preventing any chance for the runner scoring.
So now it's the first baseman, Jario Vasquez, with an RBI opportunity here. He's the first baseman.
So Lawrence making some noise here with runners at the corners and threatening to tie this game.
Yep, Crowley trying to stay calm, trying to get an out. Here's the pitch. It's in there for a strike. Crowley is set and he'll deliver. And that one's a little upstairs and a little high. Yeah, no, sorry, upstairs and a little bit outside. Not high, that's the same thing. My mistake. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's pitch to Vasquez. Ooh, inside. And they say it hit him.
It hit him.
Okay.
Looks like it caught him. May have caught him just up near the left shoulder, left or right shoulder. I don't
Yeah,
know if
must have.
we get that angle or not, but they'll load it up.
Here's
There's the
replay.
replay. Hard to tell,
Yeah.
but nevertheless, it grazed him. So not something that caused any issues, but
Nope. That's a good thing, too, because I was up near the head, so definitely wouldn't want him to get hit.
yeah, that's for sure.
But now bases are loaded with no one out, so this could be a potential deadly situation here for Drake and early. And the number 9 hitter comes up, Divine Gomez. Here's a pitch, and he swings and misses on the first pitch.
Pat Crowley really needs to get himself an out here. Either something right in the infield. Does not want to let them drive this ball.
So Medina on third, Rojas on second, and Vasquez on first. Here's the pitch, and that one's in there for a strike. Quickly in the hole is Gomez with an 0-2 count.
Nice change up there from Pat Crowley. Completely fooled the batter.
Crowley looking to get out of the inning here. He's got 1 out. He's trying to get the second out of the inning. Let's see what he can do. 0-2 pitch. Oh, just a little bit low. Maybe a little outside. And no call of a strike there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And this one, just getting a piece of it, was Gomez to stay alive. So the count will remain the same at 1-2. Top of the order coming up, it'll be Kebler Peralta. If there's no double play to end the inning. So we shall see. Here's the 1-2. And that one's going to be outside for ball 2. Pat Crowley is in the batting lineup today, I should say, and for defensive purposes, because he's because he is batting. Oh.
Ooh.
And that's going to bring in a run as he drills Gomez. So tied it up.
So that's the second hit batter in a row charged against Pat Crowley, and you know, one that looked like it could have been a possible hit batter back in the first inning, but was called a foul ball.
Yep. So Talbot now out to talk to his pitcher. And as I was saying, so since Crowley is hitting, Brule is not hitting today. He is in right field, but he will not be batting unless there's a pitching change or fielding change or something along those lines. So it'll be Keebler Peralta. The top of the order comes up. Peralta grounded out back in the first inning.
All tied up here on the top of the second, and Lawrence threatening for more, which is one out.
Yeah, and there's still, one out is what I was just going to say. So trying to get Pat Crowley out of the inning, see what he can do here against the top of the order right now.
Peralta grounded out 6-3 his first time up.
Here's the pitch. This one's a high fly. Could be playable, though. Lambert out there fighting the sun. He makes the catch. Runner will tag and score easily. So with 2 down now, it is 2-1 Lancers. They take the lead.
So good job on the sac fly, driving it very well to left field by Keebler Peralta. And just like that, the Lawrence Lancer is out in front.
Yeah, but you know what, though, Gary? That's all right, because that was a tough – you don't understand. It looks like an easy play for Lambert, but that sun is brutal. To try and catch a ball in the sun is very hard to do. Even pros sometimes miss it. And you can see him he fell down trying to make it because it is one of the hardest things to do in baseball, just especially for an outfielder. So nice job there by Lambert. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Annabelle Pena, his first time up, reached on an error, but then was cut down trying to steal second by Kyle Cox.
Pena, the captain for the Lancers. He quickly in a hole now, 0-2. Crowley trying to get out of the inning. I'm thinking he may throw a curveball here. Or his changeup, something along those lines. That ball that moves, I think he told me it was this curveball that he was throwing against Chelmsford. And getting a piece of it, filing out of play was Pena. Pena's the second baseman here today. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Crowley. And upstairs for ball 1. So runners right now at second and third. Vasquez on third, and I believe it's Gomez on second. Yes, it is. Here's the pitch. Chopper down the line, foul.
Crowley, as we mentioned, comes into this game with 2 wins and no losses. Been a bright spot for this Drake rotation.
So here comes the 1-2. Oh, he got him. Okay. I was gonna say it looked a little high, but I think he just got to the upper zone, and the umpire gives it to him to end the inning, but not before Lawrence gets 2 to take the lead, 2-1.
Wouldn't be surprised to see someone throwing.
All right, bottom of the second. It'll be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for Drake. It'll be Devin Lambert to lead off. He's in left field. Made that nice play in left field with the sun earlier in the top of the second inning.
Should be worth mentioning also that the team comes in with a 947 defensive average. They've actually turned seven double plays this year, which is pretty impressive. That's for the Drake Middies.
First pitch to Lambert upstairs for ball 1. Here comes the pitch. Chopper to third. He will fire to first, and he will get Lambert in time. And it'll be a pitcher-pitcher matchup coming up now is Pat Crawley.
Good job by Ivanson Batista, the Lancer third baseman. Had to hurry, got it over there a little bit low, but first baseman stuck with it, Jairo Vasquez.
So here comes the first pitch to Crawley, and he will take it, and this will be foul, but I think it might be playable. And Crawley fouls out. Not fouled, fouled catch, whatever you want to call it. Caught by, I wasn't sure who made that catch. I'm assuming it might have been Vasquez.
It was Vasquez, the first
Vasquez,
baseman.
okay.
So Vasquez figures into the first 2 outs of this bottom of the second.
And here comes a replay of the foul ball and catch by Vasquez.
It was just a matter of whether or not he'd run out of any room, but he had plenty of space there, all in play.
So now it's the number 9 hitter, Adam Berger, who took strike 1.
Berger, one of the Midi captains, along with Ryan Talbot, Kyle Hould, and Joe Donnelly.
Here's the pitch, and it's in there for ball 1. One ball, one strike. Here comes the pitch. This one's fouled back and out of play by Berger.
That foul ball not too far from one of our camera people, Tyler Massey.
So with 1 ball and 2 strikes, no one on here, 2 down in the bottom of the second inning. Lancers lead it 2-1. Here comes the pitch. That one's away for ball 2. Joe Donnelly on deck, who went yard back in the first. That one was crushed, clearing the fence in right center field, going into some brush. Here's the pitch. That one's high, full count. So Berger works the count full with 2 down. Here comes a pitch now from Valet. And it's a foul. Well, that was a fair ball. And all 3 outs made this inning by the first baseman, Jairo Vasquez. And ends the inning at the end of 2. Your score, Lancers 2, Drake 1.
We get set for action in the top of the 3rd inning as the Drake and Middies trail by a run. Lawrence is up 2-1. Drake had scored a run in the bottom of the 1st inning. Lawrence came back with a run in the top of the 2nd, and that's where we stand at the moment. Due up for the Lancers are the number 3, 4, and 5 hitters, John Batista, Henry Chaco, and Ivanson Batista. John Batista, senior, right fielder. He drew a walk his first time up. Sun still shining brightly here. There's a ground ball hit to the second baseman. Has plenty of time and makes the play. Good job by Joe Donnelly to stay with that, and there's quickly 1 down.
Yeah, nice grab there by Joe Donnelly. That was a quick ball coming right at him, and he made the great play on the hop. Fires on the first to retire Bautista. And I just want to say, we're not for a fact sure that both Bautistas are brothers, but the last name is spelt the same, so I just went with the assumption. So we don't have a confirmation, but just keep it in mind that they might be brothers.
The cleanup hitter up now with 1 down in the top of the 3rd inning, Henry Chaco, the junior catcher. Chaco grounded out to the third baseman his first time up, but tried to plead his case because he thought he got hit by a pitch, but the plate umpire got it off the nub of the bat. The set and the pitch from Pat Crowley is a call strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike.
And the home plate umpire, Mark Byrne, has had to deal with a lot of batters being hit by pitches on both sides.
That skips in the dirt ahead of home plate for a ball. Actually, I think that's going to even up the count 1-1. The scoreboard's not quite accurate at the moment with balls and strikes. So Pat Crowley.
Sleeping down there.
Pat Crowley trying to get himself all settled down and see if he can retire Lawrence a little quickly this time. Ground ball to the third baseman, and still is able to make the play. So you've got to credit the third baseman for the Middies, Adam Berger. He took it on a bobbled it again, but it was so hard hit that he still had time to make the throw and get the out.
Adam Berger had enough time for the amount of bobbling he had, still had the time to get the runner. So nice job there by Berger to stay calm and just get the ball and throw it on first to retire Chaco.
So with 2 down here in the top of the third, that'll bring up Ivanson Batista, the third baseman. He singled and scored a run back, and the inning goes right after the first pitch. Quick ground ball to the second baseman, and just like that, the Lawrence Lancers are retired 1-2-3 in the top of the third inning. So after 2.5, the score is still Lawrence 2 and Dracut 1. Joe Donnelly, Ryan Talbot, Kyle Hould scheduled up, the 1-2-3 hitters for the Dracut Middies. Dracut in the bottom of the third inning finds themselves down by a run, 2-1. Coming to the plate, Joe Donnelly, who led off this game with an out-of-the-park homer to right center field, and that's the 1 Middie run so far. Still on the mound for the Lawrence Lancers, Ernesto Del Valle. Up high for a ball.
And do want to mention some positive news out of Red Sox baseball. You know, we're going to be on baseball. They announced yesterday David Price has a non-serious injury in his wrist. He had that little numbness that he was feeling. It was not serious, and they said that he will not go on the disabled list as his bunt's laid down but goes foul. They also said that he should be able to go Saturday, which was going to be, I believe, his next scheduled start. So great news for the Red Sox fans. And
that is good news. They're calling it carpal tunnel syndrome.
Carpal tunnel, that's what it was. Thank you. Yeah, and they say carpal tunnel can be bad, but he only had a mild case of it. So good news for Price and the entire Red Sox organization.
It is. He was scheduled to pitch against the Yankees,
yeah,
but
they
he'll be in the
scratched
Toronto
him last
series
second.
now.
Yeah, I think Pomerantz went. Pomerantz went in for him. And I don't know if you saw it, but Pomerantz broke off his fingernail on one of the pitches. It was very gross.
I don't want to think about that right now.
It was gross.
Hit by a pitch. So we've had a number of players hit by pitches today. This is the first Dracut Middie to be hit, and drawing the walk is Joe Donnelly, who is on base for the second time. Although in his home run bid in the first inning, he was on base very, just for a few moments as he touched all the bases.
And that was a beauty. It cleared the fence, folks, and it wasn't just like barely over the fence. It went pretty decent over the fence, probably good 10, 20 feet.
They used to have distance markers, but when they put the new fence in, I don't see the markers.
Yeah, I'm assuming the center field is probably close to 400.
At the plate now, Ryan Talbot up for a second time up. There's a fly ball hit to the center fielder who was not playing very deep, and he's going to take it no problem. Heading back to first base is Joe Donnelly. So Ryan Talbot jumps right on the first pitch. He had walked back in the first inning, and Talbot flies out to center field.
But yeah, going back to the home run we were talking about, no doubt in my mind was that ball hit over 300 feet. Definitely.
Oh, definitely 300
Maybe
for sure.
pushing 350.
I think it's about 320 down the lines, and then, yeah, you could be probably
so he was probably pushing 350, 375.
Yeah. Straightaway center maybe close to 400, but nice poke that time by Donnelly back in the first inning. So with an out and a runner aboard, Kyle Hould is up. Throw over to first base. Hould grounded out into a 4-6-3 double play back in the first inning.
I wonder if that would have cleared the bullpen at Fenway Park. Good question. I don't know.
Again, Hould comes into this game with a 415 average, 9 ribbies, 8 stolen bases, led the team with 17 hits coming into today. Runner goes. There's a fly ball to right field. Runner's going to have to quickly scurry back. Right fielder takes it in for the catch, and the throw gets by the first baseman, backed up by the catcher. So an accurate throw would have had him dead.
Yeah, and Donnelly literally sprinting back.
So, yeah, Donnelly would, again, an accurate throw, he was gone, but Fortunately for him, the throw from the right fielder for Lawrence, John Batista, was not accurate, but no harm done because the catcher, Cox, was, the catcher for the Lancers, Henry Chaco, was right where he should have been to back up that play. So 2 down now with Donnelly at first base, and Mike Patterson, the Midi batter. Popped up. This should end the inning. First baseman in foul territory is under it. Takes it in, and that's going to do it for the Draken Middies. So the Middies, after starting off with a hit batsman in Joe Donnelly, go down quickly and quietly here to end the 3rd inning. So after 3 complete, the Lawrence Lancers still maintain a lead of 2-1.
All righty, start of the 4th inning now. Back here at Draken High School. Pat Crowley will face the... What? Who's number 3? Is that a new...
Nope, that's Juan Medina.
Juan Medina. Why do I have him down as number 9?
Juan Medina.
Oh, I have 2 number 9s down. That's my mistake.
That'll
But
do
I
it.
had Bautista, and then because it's Bautista's before. Oh, line drive and a beautiful catch made by Jared Brule in right field. Yeah, I had Bautista. Ivanson Bautista's number 9. He's the batter before Medina, so that was why I had that screwed up. So my apologies. So Medina flies out. He bunted back in the 2nd inning and got retired. And it brings up now Aniello Rojas, who back in the 2nd inning had a single. Here's the pitch, and in there for a ball, but he did not go.
They did appeal to the base umpire, Dennis Hansberry. He says no.
And here's replay. Right now there's a liner. Kyle Houle gets it and fires the first, a little high, but Nugent able to make the grab, and now you see Brule going on his knees there to make the catch.
Good job, Houle. Houle's been really steady defensively for the Middies. Overall, Middies are doing very well defensively as a team, and did everything right that time, stuck with it, and made a good, strong throw across.
Yep. All right, so now Jario Vasquez, the first baseman. Don't know if there's any relation to Christian Vasquez. Who knows? The Boston Red Sox. This one's lined deep center field. This one clears the fence. Jario Vasquez goes yard. And Lawrence takes a 3-1 lead. And that one was relevantly close to the same area as Joe Donnelly's, a little more towards center field. So, but his cleared the fence not totally. So I'm estimating probably about the same distance as Donnelly's.
Yeah, Vasquez comes up there and just drills one to center field, a little bit to the right of straightaway center field. And that's 2 out-of-the-park home runs we've seen today. We don't see a lot of them, so that's a kind of something that we've seen 2 today. And now Lawrence pads their lead up 3-1. And theirs is just getting over the fence out in right center field. And he previously, Vasquez was hit by a pitch, and so was this guy, Davin Gomez. Back in the 2nd.
Here's the pitch, and fouled back and out of play. So no balls and 2 strikes.
So just like that, 2 quick outs. You thought maybe Crow was going to coast through this inning, and then boom.
Yep. Gets him looking. So even though there was a homer by Crawley, he's able to retire the last batter. That would be number 2, Divine Gomez.
And that's the 2nd batter that was caught looking at a strike 3 call against Pat Crowley today.
Yep, so mid-4th. 3-1 now after the home run by Vasquez. All right, bottom 4th now. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 spots for Drake to hit in the inning. It'll be Chris Nugent at the number 5 spot, first baseman.
There we go, Chris. Come on, Chris.
Chris Nugent is 0 for 1. He reached on an error back in the first. I don't know if we'd count that 0 for 1, but
Yeah, really looking for his first at-bat, so to speak.
yeah. This one's a high pop-up, but playable possibly, and the second baseman calls for the ball to retire Nugent. That would be Anibal Pena. My mistake.
Yeah, Pena that time just had to range into short right field to his left. Stuck with it all the way.
Yep, so it brings up now the catcher, Kyle Cox. He's 0 for 1. He popped out back in the first inning. Here's the first pitch to Cox here, this at bat, and then he takes the ball.
Thought about it. He came close to offering for that one, but was able to hold up. No appeal made.
Well, Cox has faced Valle before, so he has a feel for what he's pitching, his pitching style, I should say. Here's the pitch. This one's fouled out of play.
Yeah, and speaking of the pitcher, Ernesto Del Valle, had a rough first inning and was in some hot water with base runners, but he's really settled down.
Yeah.
And he's got the lead behind him, so that's given him confidence.
And there's some furry friends here today.
Doggone it.
Ha ha, Gary. I am dying inside. You hear it in my voice? All right, so 1-1 pitch. Oh, it missed. Oh my God. It looks so close. I was looking at the field, so I wasn't looking at the TV there, so I don't really know how close it was, but from here it looked like that might be a strike call. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Liner into center field, and the catch is made by the center fielder, Juan Medina.
Medina was playing perfectly that time. He was playing a little bit to the right side of center, not very deep, kind of shallow. Really just had to take a few steps to his left.
Yeah, didn't really have to move, and they'll bring up Devin Lambert now. Lambert is 0 for 1. He grounded out back in the second inning with 2 down now. So Lambert tries to keep the inning going. Let's see what he can do. Valle is set, and he deals. And this one's fouled back and out of play by Lambert.
Devin Lambert grounding out to the third baseman his first time up. Pat Crowley, the midi pitcher, is on deck. He would be next if Lambert can do something.
Yep, and Crowley is 0 for 1. He fouled out back in the second inning. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs.
Lambert, a junior. So a good balance for the middies this year. Seniors, some juniors, some sophomores. It's the way you really want it.
Pitch downstairs for ball 2. There's another furry friend coming out to the up. They meet.
Now, see, this is something I could not do with my dog. My dog's a Chihuahua mix, and she'd be ferociously going after every dog and person that she could.
This one ripped into left center field. It's going to get down for a base hit, but Lambert has some speed, and he will go to second. And he's going to slide in. He should be safe. Yep. So a double for Devin Lambert here late in the 4th with 2 down.
Yeah,
It will
Lambert,
be Crowley coming on with an RBI opportunity. Sorry, Gary.
That's okay. Lambert drilling one to the gap between left and center field, and the left fielder having to range over there. And credit Lambert with real good hustle, because that was not an easy 2-bagger for him. The throw came in, very accurate throw, but Lambert in with a sliding double.
And here's a replay of the double by Lambert. Oh, we already missed it. My mistake. I was trying to write down the double on my stat sheet here. Apologies. So Lambert on second with 2 down. Here's the pitch. And Crowley will take the first one outside.
A lot of fun with two. Drake is trying to get something going with 2 outs there, trailing by 2. Runner in scoring position to potentially cut the lead down to 1.
Time is called by the umpire because Valet has a flat tire, so he will tie his shoe up. Yeah, he's good to go now.
Hey, Pat. Hey, Pat. Hey, 1-4. There we go, Pat. Hey, Patty. Hey, kid.
One ball and no strikes to Pat Crowley, the pitcher. He's got a runner on second. That would be Devin Lambert. He gets his lead. And now Valet checks him, and he will deliver the pitch now. Upstairs for ball number 2.
Yeah, Crowley with a chance to help his cause with the runner in scoring position.
Middy's being down 3-1. Looking to get some insurance that they need. Here's the pitch. This one is going to be thrown on to first and gets Crowley to retire the side. So at the end of the 4th inning, your score, Lawrence Lancers 3, Dracut Middies 1.
The numbers 1, 2, and 3 hitters due up for Lawrence as we move into the top of the 5th inning. Kebler Peralta, Annabelle Pena, and John Batista, the scheduled hitters, as Lawrence with a 3-1 lead over the Dracut Middies. Dracut jumped out on top when Joe Donnelly, who led off of the Middies in the 1st inning, hit a home run to right center field. And then they held the 1-0 lead until Lawrence scored 2 in the 2nd inning, and then taking a 2-1 lead. And then Jairo Vasquez with an out-of-the-park homer in the 4th to pad the lead to 3-1, which is where we are now. So Kebler Peralta is up. There's a fly ball to the right side, and staying with it nicely as that ball was dying quickly is the Middy right fielder Jared Brule, and there's one quick out.
Nice play there by Jared Boulay, the right fielder.
Peralta was 0 for 1 so far in the day. He had grounded out to the shortstop 6-3, and then flied out, actually hit a sacrifice fly back in the 2nd inning. So with 1 down, Annabelle Pena is up. Pena reached on an error, got caught trying to steal, cut down by Kyle Cox, and then was caught looking at strike 3 back in the 2nd inning. One of the 2 strikeouts on the day so far for Pat Crowley. Change-up pitch is popped up. This is playable. Third baseman will range just into foul territory, and taking it in no problem is Adam Berger. So 2 up, 2 down quickly here in the top of the 5th, and that'll bring up John Batista. Batista walked in the 1st inning and grounded out to 2nd in the 3rd. Pat Crowley would love to have a quick 1-2-3 inning and see if his team can climb back into this, down 3-1. Crowley sets and pitches up high for ball 1. Lawrence again came into today's game at 4 wins and 6 losses. Middies an even 6 wins and 6 losses. Both teams in the Merrimack Valley Conference. There's a nice changeup, drops in for the call strike. 1-1 the count. Crowley looks in, gets his sign from Cox. The set, the 1-1, foul ball.
Just getting a piece of it.
So Crowley up in the count 1-2, and he's been pretty accurate. When he's up in the count, he's been pretty good at painting the corners. So I don't expect him to show Batista anything too good here. Here's the 1-2. Popped up. This is playable. Catcher Cox only has to take a few steps, and there he is. So quickly, the Lawrence Lancers send 3 up, and 3 go down. And after 4.5 complete innings of play, it is the Lawrence Lancers still holding on to a 3-1 lead. We get set to move into the bottom of the 5th inning with Dracut trailing 3-1. I'm Gary Muse along with Zach Bizzano and the DATV sports crew. on a beautiful spring day here at Dracut High School. Dracut hosting the Lawrence Lancers at the Ryan Sayer Memorial Varsity Baseball Field. Due up for the Middies are the number 9, 1 and 2 hitters. Leading things off will be Adam Berger, the Middie third baseman. He popped up to the first baseman his first time up. Still on the mound for the Lancers, Ernesto Del Valle. Had a shaky start, giving up that leadoff home run to Joe Donnelly, but has settled down nicely since. First pitch just misses for a ball. On deck for the Middies is the top of the lineup, Joe Donnelly, followed by Ryan Talbot. The 1-0. That's taken for a call strike. Evens up the count. The Fred Spicer shadow entering into fair territory. Fred Spicer manning the camera on top of the press box for us today. Ground ball hit to the left side. In the hole, shorts. It's going to be a tough play, and he's not going to be in time.
That's an infield hit.
Yeah, beating it out for an infield hit that time nicely, Adam Berger. Nothing you could do about that. That was way in the hole. So that's what the Middies need right now, is to get their leadoff hitter aboard with nobody down. And with Berger at first base, the top of the lineup comes around. Joe Donnelly is 1 for 1 in the day. He hit a home run to start this game off for the Middies, putting the Middies up 1-0 out of the park homer, and was hit by a pitch back in the third inning. Middies looking to make some noise here, down 3-1, bottom of the 5th.
Let's go, Joe. Hey, stick. Hey, kid. Come on, Joe.
There's a ground ball. Well, sorry, line drive hit to right center field. The runner is being held at third base, as Berger had made it over to second base on that play previously. So Berger, 90 feet away, would cut down the lead potentially to 1 run, as Joe Donnelly gets his second hit of the day. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, good day for Donnelly, and we have a pitching change, I believe. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, one of the coaches come in. It's not the head coach. I think they're just going to chat.
He's
and
done.
Yep, there is going to be a change here. So let's see what they're doing. It's always tricky to keep track of all the changes here. We did see number 5 head into the dugout.
That's Vasquez, first baseman, so he might be coming on to pitch. He might be grabbing his pitching glove.
That could be what we're going to see here. So getting a hand is Ernesto Del Valle, who leads the game with a 3-1 lead, but he is responsible for the 2 runners aboard.
Yep, and Vasquez now coming back out of the dugout, so I believe he will be on the hill now for the Lancers.
So number 5, Jairo Vasquez, will move from first base over to the pitching position.
We may have multiple changes here, Gary.
Yeah, I would not be surprised.
Unless Del Valle is coming back out to play first, but I do not believe he is. Believe it.
Although I do see, no, let's see, we'll just wait to see what happens. We've got somebody running out to the outfield. Looks like they're going to make a change with some of the outfielders. So we're in a pitching change here for the Lawrence Lancers, as in now in relief of Ernesto Del Valle is Jairo Vasquez, as Dracut is threatening with runners at the corners and nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Dracut down 3-1. Waiting to come up, Ryan Talbot. Talbot is 0 for 1 on the day, walked in the first inning, then flied out to center in the 3rd inning. Another pitcher coming from the left side for the Lancers.
So do we have someone at first? Oh, I think there's a new fielder coming out now. I don't know what's going on, Gary. But yeah, we do have a new first baseman coming in. Is it Del Valle?
All we can do is wait for people to take their positions, and then we'll see what we've got.
Oh, I'm just waiting for him to move his glove so I can see his number. 9, is it? Is it Bautista?
It is number 9.
It's
yeah.
Bautista going to third.
So Ivanson Batista, who started at third, is now over at first, and over at third base.
We have Divine Gomez,
Divine
left
Gomez.
fielder. So we have a new left fielder.
Yeah, so
Oh boy, fun times. So we have at first base, we have now number 9, Bautista.
So we've got nobody down here as the Midi is putting on their best threat since early on in this game. They're down 3-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Runners at the corners with nobody out, and Ryan Talbot, the Midi captain center fielder, at the plate. The set by relief pitcher Jairo Vasquez. He looks at the runner at first, and the delivery is across the knees for a call strike.
Yeah, and Gary, this is a big chance here for Drake it right now. Nobody out. Runners are on the corners. So definitely keep an eye on Donnelly to get the green light because, you know, with Talbot, I believe he has a hit today. He has a single, right? Am I correct with that assumption?
Talbot was hit by a pitch and walked.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
I'm
So-
sorry, no, he drew I'm sorry, I look at the wrong runner. He drew a walk and flied out.
That's it. Okay.
So he's 0 for 1 on the day. There's a swing and a miss for a strike. So quickly, Ryan Talbot is down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, because he popped out back in the third.
So with the 0-2 count to Talbot and nobody out, he'll look to protect. On deck for the Drake Middies is Kyle Hould. Hould is the top Drake hitter. Jairo Vasquez sets in the 0-2. Misses for a ball. See if Donnelly gets the go-ahead to make a steal attempt at second, just to mix things up a little bit. Vasquez looking in, gets his sign, he sets. The 1-2 runner goes. They threw to first base, but now in with no problem is Joe Donnelly, and we had somebody screaming balk from off field. So anyway, we have a stolen. We'll see what they call it. It's technically a stolen base, but I believe it. I haven't heard the call balk yet. We'll see if that's what the ump's calling right now.
That's what they were just chatting about,
Yeah.
Gary.
So it looked like it could have been a balk, but whether or not it's going to be a balk or a stolen base is being chatted about. Nevertheless,
yeah, he will be at second base.
yeah.
It's
The
just
good news for
whether-
Drake is they've got another runner now, and they've got a runner back in scoring position with runners at second and third. So the question is what they called. If they called it a balk or if it's a stolen base. Nevertheless, you've got
Donnelly's on second. Pardon me, I'm yawning here.
Joe Donnelly at second, Ryan Talbot with the
It's
1-2
been a-
count on him.
Been a long week.
So Drake with a golden opportunity. Nobody out, runners at second and third. They trail by 2. They've got the potential tying run at second base. See if they can do something against relief pitcher Jairo Vasquez, who's in relief of Ernesto Del Valle. Here's the 1-2. Fouled back to stay alive.
Yep, Talbot's protecting the plate there, but, you know, a base hit right now could possibly tie this ballgame up, Gary.
So big chance here for Drake. This is their biggest threat since the first inning.
The umpire talking to the Lancers coaches because they keep talking. There's been a lot of chattering going on with the Lancers coaches and umpires today. Let's see what Talbot can do here with a 1-2 count.
Vasquez shakes off the first sign, and time will be requested by the catcher.
Wanting to know what he wants to throw.
Assuming that that's still Henry Chaco.
Yep.
So they're trying to get their signals straight.
The only thing I'm unsure about are the outfielders. I don't know if those changed. I know the first and third baseman and pitcher changed. The left fielder changed as well. We know that for a fact.
Here's the 1-2. inside for a ball. So that evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Talbot, the midi center fielder.
Great at bat here by Talbot.
He's got to watch it, though. He's got to, can't
Yep.
take anything too close at this point.
Yeah, he's at a 0-2 count, and then he fouled a couple, I think fouled 1 or 2 off, and now he's got the count to a 2-2 count now.
He could do more for his team to put the ball in play than to watch it. That's low. And so good patience and a good eye by Ryan Talbot. That puts the count full 3 balls and 2 strikes.
This could be huge right here. If he walks, you will have Kyle Hult coming up, and Kyle Hult is a very good performer for Dracut. So let's see what Talbot will do here with a full count.
Adam Berger, the runner at third. Joe Donnelly, the runner at second. Nobody out, and a 3-2 count to Ryan Talbot. Dracut down 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the set in the 3-2. There's a fly ball to the right side and foul.
Close one.
So again, good job by Talbot. The worst thing for his team is the strikeout, and he does a good job spoiling that pitch.
Just a nice ripper down the line. It would be beautiful. It would tie this game up, and Talbot could easily get to second base, possibly even third, depending where they throw.
Vasquez will try the 3-2 again. The pitch. Fly ball hit to right field. This should be good enough to get in 1 run. Right field takes it in. Runner tags from third base. The throw comes in, and no problem, as both runners will tag in advance. And Dracut cuts the lead down to 1 as getting the sacrifice fly for the middies, Ryan Talbot.
And also Donnelly did advance to third, so with there only being 1 out right now, they can still, Hult can do the exact same thing Talbot did, and they can tie this ball game.
So with the runner at third base with 1 out, that'll bring up Kyle Hult, the number 3 hitter, the shortstop for the middies. Hult grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in the first, fly to right field in the third, so he's due. Looking for his first hit. Dracut with the tying run 90 feet away in Joe Donnelly. Big chance for Kyle Hult, who's been consistently the best hitter for the middies. There's a ground ball, base hit into left field, and we are tied up. So Kyle Hult goes right on the first pitch and drills it right past the shortstop position. Shortstop wasn't really playing him well for that particular play, and in to score the tying run for the Dracut middies is Joe Donnelly, as Kyle Hult does it again. So we've got a new game, tied at 3. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Mike Patterson, the DH. Patterson was hit by a pitch and popped out to the first baseman.
Yeah, and Drake is not done yet here, Gary. There's still only 1 out, and Hult can easily get to second with the speed he has. So keep an eye on this game to possibly change with a new lead. We'll see, though.
And there's the little funky lefty move. Sometimes it's tricky to take a lead and get back, when a lefty's on the mound. And Kyle Hult got back no problem, but something worth watching. Vasquez is going to try to keep that runner close. And another throw back over. So he's got a sneaky move.
Yeah, he does. I'm like that. I just watched his pitch right there, and that's very hard, but he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to get a block.
Yeah, as long as his motion is not toward the plate, and a good lefty pitcher will give you that really deceptive leg move, and you don't know where the heck he's going with it. Pitch is in there for a call strike, 0-1 to Mike Patterson. On deck for the middies is Chris Nugent.
I couldn't do this. That'd be too, first base. I wouldn't want to take a big lead knowing him.
Actually, my apologies. Chris Nugent would normally have been due to come up, but on deck is Austin Chaucy, the senior.
All right, so Chaucy's coming in then.
So he would be next. Ball taken low for a ball. So that evens up the count, 1 ball and 1 strike, as Dracut so far has scored 2 runs here in the bottom of the 5th to tie us up at 3 apiece against the Lawrence Lancers. Kyle Hult, the runner aboard at first base with 1 out. And Mike Patterson trying to keep things going for the Middies.
He's going to get the green light here.
Jairo Vasquez in relief of Ernesto Del Valle, trying to stop the bleeding. The set and the pitch. Foul back for a strike. So now Vasquez up in the count. A ball and 2 strikes to Mike Patterson.
I feel like it's hard for him to go here with this pitcher.
It is.
Any
tricky.
left-handed pitcher, you know.
But not every lefty has a really good fake
Look at Fred up there.
leg move.
Look at Fred on the field. Oh my
That's
gosh.
right. Fred, the shadow of Fred Spicer is inching out closer to the pitcher's mound. Thanks to Fred, who's one of DATV's valuable volunteer members.
Raise the roof, Fred. Raise the roof.
Vasquez checks the runner. He sets the 1-2. Up high for a ball. That evens the count now 2-2. Drake Middies making some noise here in the bottom of the 5th. They took the early lead 1-0 on a Joe Donnelly home run back in the 1st, and then we're trailing 3-1 until the bottom of this inning. That's 2 runs are in, and we're tied up at 3 apiece. Here's the 2-2. Foul tipped into the mitt.
Ah, tough one, Gary. Tough one.
So a foul tip into the mitt. Nice job by the catcher, Henry Chaco, to hold on to that strike 3 pitch that's just off the bat. And with 2 down now and the runner remaining at first base, let's see who we've got. It is Austin Chauncey. He was on deck.
Chauncey's the only other first baseman they got.
So Chauncey's in place of Chris Nugent to see his first at bat of the day. On deck for the Middies, Kyle Cox would be next if Drake keeps things alive. We've got 2 down now here in the bottom of the 5th.
And Kyle Cox is 1 for 3 with a RBI single back in the 5th.
So our first look at Austin.
Oh, it is the 5th. My bad.
Chauncey. The runner goes.
Oh, they're gonna
They
have him.
threw to first base and safe at second
Wow.
base. So,
That just shows you how much speed Kyle Hoult has.
so Kyle Houle takes off. Again, that deceptive move. They went to first. They went over to the first baseman and throws to second. But in just before the tag is Kyle Houle with the stolen base. And Kyle Houle came into today's game with 8 stolen bases. So that is the 9th stolen base of the year for Kyle Houle with Austin Chauncey at the plate. And now Houle is in scoring position, represents the potential go-ahead run for Drake.
Hoult's going again.
And no problem. He's not even going to draw a throw. So tremendous jump that time for Kyle Houle as he steals 2 bases in
Number
a
10.
row.
It's just what he does, Gary. It's what he's good at. His speed is phenomenal.
So now it's up to Austin Chauncey to try to put a ball in play to get in the runner Houle from third base. So Drake with a potential go-ahead run just 90 feet away at third base. A 1-ball, no-strike count to Austin Chauncey's time is requested. So good bottom of the 5th inning for the Drake and Middies. And that'll
A hit will score to Hoult here.
that'll give renewed confidence to Pat Crowley, who's still the pitcher of record for the Middies. The set pitch swinging him his first strike. That evens it up at 1-1. Jairo Vasquez, the Lawrence Lancer pitcher, who came in relief of Ernesto Del Valle. Looks in, gets the sign he likes from Chaco. And here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So Austin Chauncey now faces himself in the hole at 1 ball and 2 strikes. But still a chance. Little fake move over to third base, but the pitcher does not throw it over. There's no doubt that Kyle Houle has now drawn the attention of Jairo Vasquez, the pitcher, having stolen 2 bases this inning. Vasquez sets. The 1-2. Caught looking, strike 3, and again, that's tough. You can't take anything that close in a situation like that. So Austin Chauncey, who comes in to pinch hit for Chris Nugent, is caught looking on strike 3, and that will do it for the Middies. But the Middies have a great inning. They score 2 runs to tie this game, and after 5 complete innings of play, we are tied at 3. We get set for action in the top of inning number 6 with the score Drakeit and Lawrence both tied at 3. And to take you into the 6th inning, as I have to actually bug out of here, Zach Pisano.
Thank you very much, Gary. Good to see you, and thanks for being my partner today. All right, so as we get set for the 6th inning, Pat Crawley still remains on the hill here for Drakeit. And here we go, the pitch in the dirt for ball 1. The batter right now for the Lawrence Lancers is number 21, Harry Chaco, the catcher. He's 0 for 2. Both times has grounded out. He grounded out in the first, and this one a liner down the third baseline. It's a fair ball. Chaco heading to second. The throw. Chaco into second, sliding. So Chaco looks like they're going to put a pinch runner on. It will be number 15, Luis Colon. Luis Colon. I'm going to go with Colon. Thinking Bartolo Colon of the Texas Rangers. There's Gary Musey heading out. And I believe Steve Talbot going out, and I think we're going to have a pitch change, possibly. Pitcher change? I don't know, though. Or we might just be having a infield meeting. So right now it is 3-3 with a runner on second, the pinch runner being number 15, Luis Colon. Colon is also, Luis Colon's an outfielder, so we'll see what type of speed he has. Colon's a junior. Crawley will remain on the hill here for Drakeit. Nobody out, 3-3 game, so let's see what Crawley can do. He will now face Ivanson Bautista. He's 1 for 2. He singled back in the second and grounded out in the third. And Crawley looking to check Colon, but does not throw it. Just wanting to let Colon know that he's here and he's ready to throw it at any time. Here's the pitch. The bunt, and a bad bunt. This is a foul out. That is big. That is very big. That keeps Colon at second, and that gets an out. That's a big, big play. Nice job there by Kyle Cox. And it brings up Juan Medina. Medina is 0 for 2, bunted out in the second and popped out back in the fourth. First pitch to Medina is popped out of play and foul off almost off the school. It bounced in the grass and then went off the school. Pitch high and away for ball number 1. As far as I know, Medina is still in center field. I'm not sure, though, because we haven't gotten a good eye on the outfielders because of the pitching change for the Lancers. They moved things around. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Medina. This one's a high pop-up. Playable, but Cox, nope, went right in the dugout. And even Cox said that he did not see it, but Chauncey was coming in as well, but there would have been no play anyhow because the ball ended up going to the Drake at Midi dugout. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Scoreboard has not been updated in the left center field. Now it is. It's a newer scoreboard. They got it last year. Here's the pitch. Liner to Donnelly. Donnelly gets it. He'll throw to first to retire Medina. Advances Cologne to third. But with 2 down, a sac fly will not do the job here for the Lancers. The idea was they wanted to get Cologne on to try and steal so they could get a sac fly situation. But that was not the case, as Crowley kept him close and on his heels. So now Crowley will face Agnello Rojas. I love that name, Rojas. I like that last name. Now Rojas takes a high ball. Rojas is, I'm not sure. I think he's, I'll have to look. Hold on 1 second. Here's the pitch. That one's in there for a strike call. I think Rojas is 1 for 2. I know he singled back in the 2nd inning, and I believe he grounded out or popped. He got it out in the 4th. This one's a pop-up and fair ball. A run will score. That would be Cologne. Just a little blooper into right field. Shallow right. Drops down in fair territory. Cologne scores, and the Lawrence Lancers take a 4-3 lead here in the 6th inning. And it will now be Jairo Vasquez, the now pitcher, and you can see just getting fair territory there. Whoa, in tight there. Oh, they said it hit Vasquez. Okay, so Crowley's got to try and calm down here, because just take a breather, Pat. You're all right. Runners now on 1st and 2nd. Rojas at 2nd, Vasquez at 1st. It'll bring up the number 9 hitter, maybe. Yep, it will be Divine Gomez. He wasn't out. I think he may have forgotten. The only reason why I was saying maybe is because, you know, it's still a 4-3 game. So I was thinking possibly a pinch hitter. That's why it is a number 9 spot. So that does happen often late in the game anyway. Here's the pitch. Gomez lines one into center field, and this one's going to drop. Ryan Talbot, runner is rounding third, heading for home, and there's going to be no throw. And Lawrence takes a 5-3 lead. Not good. So there are 2 down here, and Cox going out to talk to Crowley, trying to calm him down. Pat Crowley just can't let this get to his head. He's got to stay calm, stay focused with the task in hand, and the task in hand is retiring the next batter. The next batter being the top of the order, Kebler Peralta. He's 0 for 3. He's grounded out in the 1st, sac flied in 2nd, and popped out back in the 5th. And that one a little outside for a ball. A lot of Fortnite dances being done by Lawrence. after the runs have been scored. That one's in there for a strike. Evens the count up at 1. I can tell you right now, both baseball teams combined, I guarantee you that probably 90+% play Fortnite, including me. I'm not part of the team, but I do play. This one's fouled and out of play off the brick wall of the school. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Pat Crawley trying to get out of the inning. He's allowed 2 runs in this inning. There's some furry friends behind home plate. Here's the pitch. High. So 2-2 now. Nice camera shot there of home plate and the pitcher. Here's the 2-2. High and inside, and the throw. Berger able to get the ball as it was a very high throw. Vasquez is in safely at third, but had that ball go over Berger's head, most likely would have scored Vasquez and made it a 6-3 ball game, and possibly, you can see here, Berger having to jump to get the ball. It possibly would have even scored Gomez from second. This one's a high pop-up infield. This should do it. Hould fighting the sun, gets the out to end the inning. So at the end of the top of the 6th, the Lancers get 2 to take a 5-3 lead. All right, we're back. Congrats to the Boston Celtics for making the Eastern Conference Finals. They feast the Cavaliers in Game 1 on Sunday. Red Sox won last night 6-5. I think they play tonight. I know they play Toronto. It's either tonight or tomorrow. If it is indeed tomorrow, then I know Price is starting. Yep, it is tonight. It's sale. Ooh, it's sale day at Fenway Park. Nope, Rogers Center. They're in Toronto. Oh, okay. Price will be pitching tomorrow for Game 2 of that series. Anyway, back here for Drake at baseball. First pitch in there for strike 1. Kyle Cox. He's 1 for 3. He had a single and an RBI back in the 5th inning. Bottom 6. Here's the pitch and ball.
There we go, dude. There we go, Kyle. There we go, Kyle. Hey, Kyle. Come on, Clark. Let's go, kid.
That's in there. Ooh, a ball. Close one. Here comes the pitch. Chopper to the second baseman. He will fire to first to retire Cox. Nice play on the hop there by Pena. So 1 out. And he'll bring up Devin Lambert. Devin Lambert, the number 7 there. He's playing in left field today. He's, I believe, 1 for 2. I feel like it's, I know he had a double back in the 4th. My stat sheet's screwy. Let's see, Lambert. Here's the pitch. First one to him is a strike. Yeah, it appears he's only had 2 at-bats. Okay, so yes, he is 1 for 2. So Lambert has no balls and 1 strike right now on him, with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Just around 6:30 now. Actually, exactly 6:30. Wow. Line drive pop-up, actually. And the out is made by the center fielder, number 3, Juan Medina. So 2 down now, brings up Pat Crawley. Crawley is 0 for 2. He fouled out and then grounded out.
Hey, Crowley, have some fun with you, man. Let's go.
All right, so Crowley now in the batter's box to face Vasquez. So 2 down now. Vasquez is set, and he will deliver the first pitch to Crowley. It's in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch from Pat Crawley. No, whoa, that is not Pat Crawley. That is Jairo Vasquez. My mistake. So now 1 ball, 1 strike. Still see Fred Spicer there in the infield, right at the pitcher's mound now. Here comes the pitch. That's a ball. So Adam Berger is on deck, the number 9 hitter. He popped out in the 2nd and then had an infield single in the 5th. Here comes the 2-1 now. And it's inside, 3-1. So nice job here by Pat Crawley, having a good eye. As Dracut is down 2 here late in the game. Trying to keep their record above 500. Dracut is 6-6 on the season. Lawrence is 4-6. Liner in the right field. This one's going to drop down for a base hit. So Pat Crawley, whoa, they almost got him actually. That was close. So Pat Crawley gets a base hit, and it'll bring up Adam Berger now. So as I said, Berger is 1 for 2. No, 1. Yes, 1 for 2. He had to pop out in the 2nd and a infield single back in the 5th inning. And that was a tough play for the shortstop to make, so that's why I gave it an infield single. And Gary did agree with me because that's even for a pro to make that, it would be very difficult as well. I don't think they would be able. I don't think Bogarts could do that. He could, if depending on the speed of the runner too. So.
Hey, Bird! Hey, Bird! Come on, 7.
And Berger is relevantly quick, so.
Let's go, Bird!
So 1 ball and no strikes.
Hey, 1 second. Hey, Bird! Come on, Adam! Here we go, Bird! Hey, kid! Go, Bird!
And time is called. So Crawley is on first base. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Drake it down 2. Here comes a pitch. That's in there for a strike. So that evens a count up at 1. If Berger can keep the inning going here, it will be top of the order for Joe Donnelly, who's been having a fabulous day. He's 2 for 2. He homered back in the first, which was absolutely crushed, and then had a single back in the fifth. And he was also hit by a pitch in the third. Also want to mention that. This one's fouled and out of play, and that hit the bleachers in the Beaudry Field right behind us, where the Middies football team plays. They just had the kids game last night. Heard it was a good turnout and a great event. Was not able to go, sadly. Wish I did, but I didn't have any time. So with 1 ball, 2 strikes, here comes the pitch to Berger, and he barely gets a piece of it to stay alive. So Chaco went out to talk to his pitcher, seeing what he wants to throw. They're set to go now. So I'm assuming the game has been about 2 hours. I know the game was supposed to start at 4:15. I don't know the exact time we started, because I know we did not start at 4:15. But we are at around 6:40 now, so I'm assuming we're at 2 hours. Here comes the pitch. And just outside, evens the count up at 2 now.
Come on, Adam. Hey, 1-7. Hey, Adam.
Oh, Patrick O'Toole is at first, pinch running for
Hey, 1-7.
Pat Crawley. I apologize, I did not see that.
Come on, Adam. Hey, Bert.
Barely any piece of it was Berger. Patrick O'Toole is a sophomore at Drake High School. Just want to mention that as well. Again, apologize, I did not see that. I just happened to glance over at what I thought was Crawley, and I saw the number 1. I'm like, that is not Crawley. So the count is still 2-2 after the foul ball by Berger. Here comes the pitch now from Vasquez. I thought he was going to be throwing quicker than that. This one's another again fouled out of play.
Let's go. Hey, Berg. Let's go, Bergie. Let's go, Adam.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes again to Berger. He's staying alive here. Trying to get some runs here for Drake, as they are in need. They're down 2 here late in the game, bottom 6th inning. Here comes the pitch. And again, Berger fouls it off. So a very long at bat for Adam Berger as Chacos goes out to talk to Vasquez, trying to figure out what they should throw to try and retire Berger. So the count is still 2-2 with 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Vasquez is set with Patrick O'Toole on first. He checks and he's now going to deliver the pitch. Again, Berger fouls it off. The long and back continues for Berger. So we will do it again, 2-2. Patty O'Toole on first. 2 down, bottom 6. Vasquez is set. Looks at Patrick O'Toole. Now back to the plate, and here comes a 2-2. Oh my. Another foul by Adam Berger. I wish I had a pitch count. I know there was a record broken recently. It was, I feel like it was Angels and some team. But at the Oakland A's, Giants maybe, I don't remember, but I know it was a 20. It might have been the Nationals actually. I know it was a 20 pitch at bat or something like that. It was crazy. MLB record there, except this year. Here's the pitch. Oh, and he swings and misses. So Vasquez is able to finally retire Berger after the long at bat, and at the end of 6, your score: Lawrence 5, Drake at 3. Alrighty, so 7th inning, last inning of the game. New pitcher on for Drake. It is number 5, Devin Lambert. So Crawley is done. Don't know who's in left field. Looks like everything else is the same, except for the left fielder. I know Talbot's in center. I don't know who's in right. It's kind of hard to see. Anyway, now batting. Oh, well, was batting as this one's popped up, but playable. And Adam Berger comes on. It was number 11, Anibal Pena. And Pena is retired now. He's now 0 for 4 on the day. And it brings up now Henry, nope. Bautista, my mistake. John Bautista swings and misses at that one. Bautista is 0 for 3. He's last at bat, he fouled out. That was back in the 5th. That one's in there for strike 2. So Devin Lambert going to work here right now. Here we go. 0-2 pitch. That one's high. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one's low for ball 2. Alrighty, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here comes the pitch from Lambert. Well, chopper to Hould. Hould will fire on to first and retire the side. I thought it was 2 outs. I thought it was 3 outs. Why did I think it was 3? Wait a minute. That was Bautista. Okay, it is 2 outs. Okay. I was getting confused. So now Bautista's also 0 for 4, but he also walked back in the 1st. Wait, so that would make him actually 0 for 3, right? I think I screwed that one up. Nonetheless, he has no hits on the day. Here comes the pitch. That one's high and away for ball number 1. Henry Chaco's in the batter's box. He's 1 for 3, grounded out in the 1st, grounded out in this 3rd, and had a double in the 6th. Cologne, that was when Cologne came on a pitch run for him, and they had a run, getting 2 runs, taking a 5-3 lead. And that's where we stand right now. So 2 balls and no strikes now to Chaco after he looked at that one. Here comes the pitch. Chopper to Chauncey. Chauncey's going to take it himself, and he got him. What? He got... Oh, no. I was... Can we replay that? Because I'm pretty sure I was right here, and he was out. Knowing me, I'm probably wrong, though. I need a replay on that right now. I need a replay. But Talbot didn't come out. Oh, they changed cameras, so we don't have replay. Dang, that would have been a good replay. Nate Venezia is up in the camera. How you doing? He's doing camera now, so Fred had to leave. In there for a strike call. Oh, I think he was out, but who am I to judge? Because the ump's closer, so, and he's an umpire, he's got the job, so who knows? That one's in there, strike two. Lambert is pitching very well right now. So, no balls, 2 strikes. Chaco on first. Here comes a pitch to Bautista, and this one's in to left field for a base hit. Runners will stay where they are, first and second now. So, Invincent Bautista is on. And there'll be a mound visit. So they are talking still on the mound, and now Talbot's going to head back to the dugout. Just trying to get through this inning here. Juan Medina's now to bat. Here comes the pitch. Foul, backing out of play. No balls, 1 strike now to Medina. 2 down, runners on first and second. Chaco at second, Bautista at first. Here comes the pitch. That's ball 1. Vincent Bautista's at first. Here comes the pitch. In there for a strike call. So now it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. High fly ball, right field. Running back is Brule. It's over his head and to the fence. 1 run is in. Bautista rounding third, and he will score. They will get the runner at third to end the inning, but not before 2 runs come in. So Drake will have a lot of work to do as Lawrence now leads it 7-3. Last chance for Drake coming up. Alrighty, rally cap time here, bottom 7th, and you know what? This is going to be good here because it's going to be the top of the order. Joe Donnelly, who's been absolutely phenomenal today. 2 for 2. He had the home run back in the first. He was hit by a pitch in the third, and then he got a single in the 5th. So Vasquez on the other side, on the other hand, is looking to close it out for the Lancers as they just got 2 runs in the top 7. So Drake, it does need 4 to tie. 5 for the dub. All righty, here we go. Here's the pitch. Line pop up center field, and the first pitch, Donnelly's retired, so already one down. So now it'll be Ryan Talbot. Kyle Houle will be on deck. Ryan Talbot has had a decent day. He walked in the first. 0-1, that was him in the third, and then 0-2, sac fly in the fifth. But he did, so sac fly, he did get the run in. So that's the thing, though. He's 0 for 2, but he got the run in, which matters. Runs are big. So with one out, here comes the first pitch of Talbot, and he will take a ball. Five minutes of 7 now, so we're looking like we will play until 7 o'clock. Want to get it done, though, because I don't think there's any lights for this field. Here comes the pitch. It's in there for a strike call. They really should put some lights in here. That'd be kind of cool. Have night games. They may have to do some tree work out there, though, in left field to install them. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Talbot stays alive, fouling this one off. Again, I would like to thank Gary Muse for being with us today. He did commentary. That's what we usually do when we work together. I'll do one inning, he'll do another. So technically, this was supposed to be his inning, but he had to unfortunately leave. And Fred Spicer, thank you to you as well for doing camera. And Talbot strikes out for out number 2. It'll be Kyle Houle now. So last hope here for Dragut. And as I was saying, thanks again to Fred. Nate Venezia is up on the roof now, doing camera. I hope I'm saying that right. He's looking at me. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Am I? Huh? I don't know if you understood what I was saying. So 1 ball now, no strikes. Last chance here for Dragut. They're down 4. Here comes the pitch. Another ball. Dragut in desperate need of run support. Mike Patterson is on deck. 2 balls, no strikes. Here comes the pitch. Inside, called strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. Kyle Houle now. Count is 2-2. Could be the last pitch coming here. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom 7, Dragut down 7-3. Vasquez gives the nod to his catcher. And here comes the pitch. It's a liner to the shortstop, and he will fire to first. And no, it was not caught by the first baseman, number 9. Ivanson Bautista. So Drake stays alive here. Michael Patterson will come up to bat now with Kyle Hould on first. Patterson was hit by a pitch in the first, fouled out in the third, and then foul tip out into the mitt back in the fifth. I think it was the fifth. It was either fifth or sixth. Nonetheless, he's 0 for 2 on the day. Kyle Hould will most likely be getting the green light here because it's so late in the game. They're not going to be worrying about him at all. He honestly might go on this pitch or the next. Here comes the pitch. It's in there for strike one. Austin Chaucey's on deck. Chaucey came in to replace Chris Nugent at first base. He's 0 for 1. Struck out. Here comes the pitch. This is pop-up foul ground, giving it a chase and a dive. Was Ivanson Bautista, but was unable to come up with it, as it was just a little bit out of his reach. So now no balls and 2 strikes. To Patterson, he's quickly in the hole, and Hould was going, so he will have to go all the way back to first base. All righty, so no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Chesko goes out to talk to his Vasquez, see what he wants to throw. Here we go, 0-2 pitch. A liner to third baseman. He'll fire to first, and that's the game. So Drake not able to make a comeback here as they lose this one. They go to 6 and 7. Lawrence moves to 5 and 6. And I'd like to thank all our DEA TV production crew. Again, your final score is Lawrence Lancers 7, Drake Middies 3. I'm Zach Pisano. Have a good one, everyone.